I can't wait to see you under the light. That was the best song out right now by Eric Bellinger, who has the best album right now on your DSPs. So go check it out. It's called The Rebirth 3, not the song, but the album. The song, which I'm definitely excited about, if you can't tell, is called La Perlas. I'm telling you right now. If you know the vibes, you know the vibes. I started listening to the album, and I immediately want to take out the turntables and just get to it. I got about 5 songs in my head I want to blend together, and that's one of the 5. And I'm telling you, it's going to make a vibe.
You should start doing mixes.
I need
like
to.
That's like
on
the people on like people on TikTok.
People on YouTube, they do it too. People just sit up there and just they mix songs and they play, right? I need people. I feed off of an audience. So if you want to come be in my studio audience while I play these songs, let me know. But these type of songs, can I say it without getting in trouble? These type of songs, I don't need a lot of men in the audience for these type of songs. You know, you need to go where good vibes are. When you go places where dudes are, the vibes tend not to be as elevated. Imagine me going to the, let me think of somewhere. Hold on. Let me think of somewhere where guys go. Imagine me going to somewhere in Nashville, like Dunks. Imagine me going to Dunks.
First of all, that's a different crowd in general.
No, hold on.
The people that are in Dunks
imagine
probably
Dunks.
Don't know who Eric Bellinger is.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not, but no, because you alluded to having a more female audience. Most of the people your age are not going out by themselves. Most of the people your age are going out with their significant others, which this music would
not necessarily. I mean, no, man. Women
you would have to get like fun couples to feel like, imagine like a Sydney and Cameron. They love to dance.
Yeah, it's different.
Like, that's what you would need.
Right, but I mean, if you're playing if you're playing music like this, you're catering to a specific audience. Like if I'm going to Dunks, that's what I'm saying. I'm not catering to that audience. I'm going to play Boosie at Dunks. I'm just going to straight up tell you. But if I'm playing EB, I need to be in a place, like I mentioned, that's catered more toward a female audience. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, like they got to be in there stripping or nothing like that. I'm just
no, because this isn't strip club music either.
It's not.
But he's talking about a woman. Like this is let's go to the bedroom. When we leave here, you're setting the vibe for couples. That is what that's for.
Hey, just go listen to the album. I've only skipped one song on the entire album. I'll be honest with you. Like, some people will come up to you and they'll lie, be like, man, the album was no skips. I listened to the album at least 4 times since Friday, and I've only skipped one song, and I like this person featured on the song. But for some reason, I can't get over the hump. It's the song with EB and 7th Streeter. It just doesn't, I don't know. I can't quite get that vibe. It's the vibe. The placement of the song doesn't flow well with the album itself. And I think that's what it is. If I remove that song, no skips. I'm talking about all the way through from La Perla to Gang Slide. Like that Gang Slide. Listen, and I'm a Mozzie fan too. If you want to have a good time, fellas, get you to Eric Bellinger. It reminds me, and I'm putting a lot of sauce on this right now because I do feel like this in my heart. It reminds me the first time you were when you heard Ready. Everybody knows where they were when they first heard Ready. Everybody knows where they were when they first heard Trey Day. That's what it reminds me of.
It's saying a lot.
I put some sauce on it. I'm telling you right now, go cut it on. And if you are a man, and you know where you were and what you were doing when you first heard that Ready, no pun intended, but get ready. We back at it again. I'm telling you straight up. That's how I feel. But just cut it on and see for yourself. I don't want to put too much on it, but I do want you to go out and enjoy it. EB, you did your thing, my boy. Keep it up. I actually want to go to LA when I heard this because, the vibes are there. The vibes are in Los Angeles, California for this type of music.
Well, you got to go to LA anyway, but you probably won't be able to kick it like that because Blake really wants to go to LA.
Shit, who won't?
Our son is like, why haven't I been to LA yet? Next time you go to LA, it's probably gonna be with Blake.
I might not come back. Me and P Love go out there. We might not come back. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. This is She and I am your host, B Love, and like always, I have my very special host with me,
India Marie.
India Marie and B Love, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you need, but you got us, and we are here to stay. This is the best thing to happen on a Tuesday. Well, damn it, since Wednesday. Give it up for yourself right now for keeping up.
Where did Wednesday come from?
Monday. See, I missed 1 week and I did it again. Missed the week last week. It was busy. I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. The first thing on the list, Blake's birthday party. Let me tell you right now, man, planning a child's birthday party got a little hectic around the house. So we just had to take the time out and get the birthday situation settled. You want to say anything else?
Yeah, I mean,
I
couldn't catch my breath last week because Blake is a kid that likes and deserves to be celebrated. Blake had like 3 birthday celebrations last week.
Too many. Celebration.
Yeah, and so shit made it happen. He said he wanted pizza and cupcakes at his school on his birthday. We went up there, took pizza and cupcakes at his school. That night, he asked me literally like the day before, could he have people over for his birthday? On his birthday. I said, okay. So we made that happen.
Invited
friends over. His godparents over and our neighbors over. He had a house full on his birthday. He had a ball. But then he had already had a birthday party that I had planned. And so third celebration was on Saturday. So I just felt like the entire week I was ripping and running, child.
He skipped school on Friday.
He skipped school on Friday. So
it was crazy. Let me tell you, man, when you have kids,
and I just remember I forgot to send his excuse note. I gotta get that to his school, but I was really trying to cut him some slack. But he had to get his physical. He be pulling my leg, so he has to get his physical on Friday. I took him to get his physical. He and Shiloh both had doctor's appointments. So I took them. And then afterwards, I was like, Blake, you ready to go to school? I was like, you want to go to school? And he was like, I don't want to go to school. And I was like, well, shit, you going.
Hey, man.
So we haven't switched, like all of the kids' doctors' offices and like dentists, like is
far
close to our old house. And so we haven't switched any of their care providers, and I need to because it's like so inconvenient now.
It's nuts.
And so I basically had to drive from Mount Juliet to East Nashville. So I'm already en route, and I was like, I'm gonna pick you up some lunch. You can have you a special lunch for school. I'm finna order you some. I had already put the order in and everything. I was driving to pick it up. I get all the way to East Nashville by his school, and he falls asleep in the car.
Fire. That's the perfect trick to get out of school.
I was like, maybe he don't feel good.
It's how you get him.
So I called his school, told him he wasn't going to be in. And I was like, oh, I hope he feels better. Literally, as soon as I got off the phone with them people, he woke up.
Teed up.
It was back to his normal self.
He got her.
He got him. I sent him to school. So he really had a blast last week.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. When I was growing up, if you fall asleep in the car, you don't have to go to school. Somebody should have put me on that game now. My school was right around the corner from the house, though.
He just seemed really tired. But regardless,
he partied the night before.
I wasted a lot of gas driving 35 minutes. I was driving so much. But anyways, it don't matter. He had a good day. I'm not a stickler for missing school. I like as long as he does his work.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
And he is making good grades. If you need a self-care Blake, take a self-care Blake.
Kids need PTO too, I guess, right? He paid time off from school. But my thing is this. If you give your kids time off from school, what do you expect them to do when they get home?
Now he was getting on my nerves.
See what I'm saying? That's crazy.
He kept asking me. He wanted to do all these activities. He kept asking me stuff, and I said, "Listen, now I gave you your warning. I said, when you come home, you're gonna have to find something else to do because I got stuff that I need to do. Like I'm still working, son.
That's a fact. However,
and so
you gotta be prepared if you let him stay at home with you just because that he still want to turn up. He got all the energy that he would normally burn off at school. Now it's at the house, and now you have to deal with it. So what are you gonna do? And you just can't sit there and be like, no to everything. You gotta let him turn up.
No.
See. And she didn't let him turn up.
No.
That's crazy. If
you come home, I said, you still got to do some schoolwork. That was what I
could have went to school for this. That's what I would have said.
But truthfully, like I said, I don't think Blake likes his school that much. There were multiple times. Man. There was multiple times last week that I dropped him off and he was like, I just don't feel like going today. Blake's last school. When I say he got up joyfully to go to school, he was, if he had to stay home, he was mad. If it was a break that they were out for a week, he would be like, Mom, when am I going back to school? So that's how I know that there's like a big difference. And so that's why I was like, well, whatever, Blake, stay home.
Well, see, it could be multiple things, though, that we're not telling you guys. But one of the main things I think is traffic. We have to drive a little bit further to go to school than we did at the other school. And nobody likes to be stuck in traffic. I don't care if you're 35 or 5. Your ass don't want to be stuck in traffic trying to get somewhere that you normally would enjoy. We already know we stuck in traffic and the vibes are high before we get to the spot. We get stuck in traffic for 20 minutes. We mad. People done cut us off. We might be mad at the passenger. Like they making us mad. The vibes are not as elevated as they once were. And I think that's really one of the main things.
I don't think that's it. Because he be partying. Every day we go to school, we listen to Michael Jackson. That's the thing. We put it on. Sometimes he calls the Jackson 5, Michael Jackson 5. We'll get in the car and he'll either say, Mom, can I listen to Michael Jackson? Or can I listen to Michael Jackson 5? And we put it on the playlist. And he sits and him and Shiloh party the whole way to school. So he really don't be tripping. But here lately, he's been asking me like, can I just learn at home? I don't feel like coming here. Can I just learn at home? And so I'm like, well, no, we'll figure something out.
How y'all feel about homeschool out there? Let's talk about it. I'm not a fan of it. But once again, I need people, like I mentioned in the beginning. So I'm not a big fan of homeschool. I'm not a big advocate for it. If you are, cool. That's just not my ministry. I think that I just want the kid to be out there having more social interactions. However, I do feel like certain school curriculum, they don't challenge my child in particular enough to where he needs to be advanced academically, right? So I do think there's a disconnect there. But as far as like homeschool all day, I'm not for it. But if you are, great. Like, I'm not saying nothing wrong with it.
They have kind of like co-op programs. Yeah, like there are people that will just go in to school like twice a week and stay home 3 times a week.
That's pretty cool.
There's like different programs. We just haven't explored that. He did get into that school. I don't know if you checked your email today.
I don't check my email.
But he did get into one of those schools.
I gotta go.
One
of them is free?
Discuss. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I haven't even applied to the private school.
And that's another thing that we're trying to like. We bring y'all in. Come on, this is what the podcast is. Let's talk about it.
The thing is, Nashville is pouring a lot of money into a lot of things, but they are still lacking in education.
They got the new Titan Stadium booming though.
Yeah, like I'm saying, they're pouring like lots and lots of money into lots of things, and education is just keeps taking the back seat. So it's like, what do parents supposed to do outside of just leaving this county? You know what I'm saying? Because Davidson County has the worst schools. With MNP has Metro Nashville Public Schools. We like the worst schools. So like a lot of people that we went to school with chose to stay in Murfreesboro for that reason, because Rutherford County has much better public schools.
They got the fire school.
Yeah, like they're really good schools. So outside of moving out of Davidson County, like what do you do? So ideally, I would like to keep him in a public school, at least until middle school. The middle schools are terrible. Like, I'm not even going into this thinking that he's going to go to a public middle school. I'm like thinking, how can we get more money in the next 5 years to be able to send him to middle school? That is my thought process, because it's not going to fly.
Might be in Los Angeles County. Speaking of other counties, there's one I would like to go to in LA.
But it's unfortunate that you even have to deal with this. And to me, I'm like, the housing market is way too expensive in Nashville for people to not be able to send their children to good public schools.
Yeah.
You know, unless you go to and even if you move to like the best public schools in Nashville are in the whitest of whitest neighborhoods. I'll say that. The best public schools in Nashville are in the whitest of whitest neighborhoods. There's a couple of good public school options in like 12 South and Green Hills and Bellevue, those places.
We're trying to be nationwide. Don't nobody know where these places are.
But I'm saying, but if you're, okay, so
just
for
know.
the most part,
just know, yeah.
If you got any type of skin color, any type of diversity in a neighborhood in Nashville, the neighborhood school is trash. That's what it boils down to.
Cause we stay in Little Havana. Screwchando. And when I look out my window, it's a mariachi band playing on the corner. I'm not even lying when I say that right now. Don't even try to guess where I stay. Just know I have a mariachi band right around the corner that I can frequent if I would like to. So with that being said, the schools by us are predominantly Hispanic. And that's fine for the Hispanic speakers in our neighborhood, but we travel a little bit outside of our neighborhood to go to school. When I tell you, I can pick up a football and throw a rock and hit a school right now. Like, wait. I can pick up a football, baseball. I can throw a baseball. Pick up a baseball. I can turn to the other side and hit another school right now. I could walk like to school, but we drive a little bit further out, and I'm fine with that.
And for the most part, he would probably. I'm going to say, if it wasn't for the fact that he wouldn't be challenged enough, I would send him to the neighborhood school for elementary because he wants to learn Spanish. He wants to speak Spanish fluently. Out of all of his extracurricular classes that he does at school, between art, music, Spanish, and PE. Spanish is his favorite. He
wants to speak a little Espanol. It was a long time ago. She tried to call me out in front of my son the other day, and we had people over to the crib because it was a long time ago where I met this young lady, and I thought she was double attractive because she could speak Espanol. What's wrong with that, man? Listen. This girl was bilingual, and I'm like, yeah, man, she fine. She can speak Spanish. That's all I had. That was her selling point for me.
It tickled me then. It tickles me now.
But see, this all right. I can say that. You know? Listen, I thought the homegirl was cute because she spoke a little Spanish. Nothing wrong with that. Black girl speaking Spanish fluently. That was dope. I was 19, 20 years old. I was teed up. But needless to say, we are in the Hispanic neighborhood. And we got to figure out the school situation. Private school, I'm like Killer Mike. My kids go to public school. So I need to figure out what we're going to do. But like I said, it's fine. We got 5 years.
Public school builds great character. There. Okay? Character development, public schools, it does. Teaches you how to defend yourself.
All right, listen.
It teaches you how to stand up for yourself.
Then we saying, listen, if you go to a white private school, it's gonna teach you the same thing. And white kids are nuts. You know what I'm saying? Come to school letting the N-word fly. You better turn up, get them.
Culture.
Yeah, that's a big thing. The culture, for sure though. But anyway, we're gonna figure that out. But what I wanted to get to in particular was I want to tell everybody, if you can afford it, the best thing to do for a child's birthday party is to have it outside your house. I said this one time before, and I'm going to say it again. Having a child's birthday party outside of your house is the most pleasant experience that you can have. First of all, you don't have to clean up. That's the biggest thing. Second of all, you have dedicated party coordinators that will help facilitate the activities that the kids are having, and you pay them, so they're also supposed to chaperone the kids. All you have to do now is show up. Now, the only bad thing about it is everybody knows this. When you have a party and everybody's having a good time, when it's time to go, nobody wants to go.
Yeah.
We experienced that in college. We experienced that in high school. You know, in college, a party ended at 2:00. What did everybody say?
What we doing next?
What we doing next?
Y'all going to Waffle House?
Y'all going to Waffle? We're going to IHOP? Where are we going? It's the same thing that happened this past weekend. My kid had a birthday party. Everybody teed up. We didn't have to clean up, so I'm turned up. We ordered the food. All we had to do was show up. You pay your money and you just show up. They do everything else. I'm happy. I'm like, thank you, God. And they have an allotted time from 2. What time do you start? From 1:45 until 3:30. You had this time. At 3:30, regardless of how much fun y'all having, you don't have to leave, but you got to get the hell up out of here. So,
well, even like I'm used to just setting up everything myself. So I brought everything.
You did.
And the lady that was inside of the party room was like, oh, you don't have to set this up. She was like, I could do it for you. And I still did it because I wanted it to look a certain way. But I really didn't have to touch anything. Also, because it was such a short party, this is going to be my piece of advice. I don't regret this, not one bit. On the invitation, I put that the party started 30 minutes before it actually started. Because I know how us Black folks like to roll. Okay? Yeah. Black folks can't show up nowhere. When it comes to a birthday party, they're not showing up when it's supposed to start. And so he had it at a gymnastics gym, and they only got an hour on the gymnastics floor. So I was like, okay.
Pause. They had Nerf gun fights. They had obstacle courses. They had the bounce house. They had trampolines. They had a little dodgeball thing going on, a little basketball game going on. They had it all, but they only had an hour to do it.
1 hour. 1 hour. And then after that, we went into the party room, ate cake, pizza, sang happy birthday, the end.
Gotta go.
Went home. So I was like, I want all the kids to really be able to play, and I want Blake to be able to experience his 1 hour with all his friends. So I put that the party started at 1:15.
She got him.
Did not start until 1:30.
She got it. 1:45.
So I got there. 1:45. I got there at 1:15 just in case somebody else showed up at 1:15. And someone did. And we had one family that showed up at 1:15. I think like maybe 2 families showed up at 1:30. Everybody else showed up right at the start time.
And it was perfect. Turn up.
There were even a couple people who showed up like 15 minutes late.
One of them was my fault.
Than the party time.
One was my fault.
So if you're dealing with a situation like that, you got a short time to do something, put an early time on that invite so people can show up early.
My biggest advice again, have your child's birthday outside of your house. It's the best advice I can give you. And have a for real start and stop time. Now, I say that to say this, though. I do like a trampoline park. Like when you go to the trampoline park, they let you turn up the whole time. But the bad thing about that is the kids never want to leave. They just want to keep staying and keep playing and keep jumping on those damn trampolines.
We've never left a trampoline party at the time that the party was supposed to end.
Trampoline party from 2 to 4. You're not going to leave at 6. You might as well pack a lunch.
Yeah.
You're not leaving until 6 o'clock because of your children. They will want to stay all damn night, all damn day. They in that thing for real though.
Yeah. Then they're like, can I go over so-and-so's house afterwards? Can I sleep over there tonight?
See, that's another thing. That's another thing.
No.
So you gotta watch out for that. But anyway, that was my advice. I had to get it to y'all. But I gotta jump into some quick subjects that we have to broach. Here we go. And what's happening?
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
That made me upset. And you know, when you miss 1 week, your buttons don't work. I'm pushing the button and nothing's happening, but it worked. Don't worry about it. Just know we got cleaned up. Now, I want to talk about this because I was thinking about something from Blake. Blake is in drum lessons right now. Like, he's doing this thing, learning how to play the drums. Cool. It was music lessons at first. We let him decide. We're going to put you in piano and we're going to put you in drums. Listen, what boy, you know, and this is not sexist or anything, but if you give a boy the option to beat on some drums or to play the piano, I'm going to guarantee that 90% of boys are going to pick the drums at his age.
I'm still irritated behind it because I feel like he's having to work a lot harder at the drums. I think piano would have come naturally. Just basic. Well, you haven't been to any of his lessons.
Okay, well, I don't go,
So he was picking up piano. Like, piano would have been one of the things that he would have been able to play by ear before he even learned the music.
Possibly.
But he wanted to play the drums, so he's playing the drums.
Anyway, so
he's doing great.
He's doing okay. He's getting better. Now, what you want me to say? Doing okay? Thing about it is, I like the drums because they're teaching him how to count music. I didn't learn how to read and count music until I was in the 5th grade. Now, 6th grade. Yeah, I didn't learn how to read music until I was in 6th grade. Bro, you're learning how to read music in kindergarten. That's pretty damn impressive. Anyway, it got me to thinking, because I'm sitting there with him, because I know how to read music. So I'm sitting there with him and we're going through his book and we're reading music or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I need to get back into this. So then I thought about this question, which was crazy. How old is too old to obtain a new skill like that? I'm like, damn, do I need to go take drum lessons at this big age and with a family? Do I need to go out here and do that? I'm like, shit, it's a good time to just leave the house and take your mind off of it, because I'll be honest with you. Well, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. It's a good time to just go take your mind and put it somewhere else. But I'm like, damn, is it too late to do drum lessons?
Mr. Bill works with all people.
I'm not gonna do it. I just had the thought. So now you're trying to.
What? If that's what you want to do,
I don't.
There's nothing
the question
wrong.
Is how old is too old?
It doesn't. There's not an age.
You're lying.
I'm not. It's not. If you want to try something, there is no harm in giving it a go a second time around. If you want to try drums, then try drums. Because if I wake up and decide I want to do something else, I'm gonna do it. So
don't we know it?
I don't need you taking shots at me today.
It ain't no shot. I'm just observation.
Anyways, you're never too old. It's like our neighbor. He's what is he doing?
Tennis. That's different though. See,
why is it different?
It's a little bit different because you're doing tennis for recreation. Let me tell y'all something. If I go take drum lessons, I'm trying to be in Led Zeppelin by 2 months.
Now, no.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking drum lessons for fun. Nigga, I'm trying to be in a band.
What is your hobby that you don't have to make money off of? What is something that you like to do?
That's what that was.
Because you was making money.
I love it. I love to DJ. Listen.
You weren't just doing that. You were trying to make it a thing.
I wasn't at first. And then I got good at it. But it's another thing. I think that I'm good at it. However, I'm going to get lessons. And the reason why I'm going to get lessons is because I'm good. But I got that Mamba mentality. I want to be great. I want to take your head off wherever we are. So yeah, that's why I don't broadcast it. People ask me, do I have a website? They ask me for my Instagram. Do you got a mix on YouTube? I never reply to those people, because if you don't know I do it, and if you've never heard me, like, and you didn't come, and I didn't come from a referral, I'm not gonna do it, because it's my baby hobby. It's like my girlfriend right there. So yeah, I'm not doing that. But I am gonna take lessons and be the greatest. Mamba mentality.
So DJing is your hobby that you can do that you don't have to make no money off of.
Yeah, but I just don't have time because of the way our house is set up. I'll be so loud and I'll wake them up if I do it when I want to do it. So, and I'll tell y'all this too. This is what I was gonna say a minute ago, and I'm coming back to it. I struggled, and this is me being vulnerable right now. Look at me as a man being vulnerable, emotional. This emotion is taking me over. I struggled last month with creativity. I had creator's block. Never experienced it I don't think I'm probably lying, but I don't think I've experienced it in a long time. Last month I had creator's block, and I'm like, wow, this is a real thing. Like, I couldn't get out of first gear. The videos I'm clipping up, I didn't like. That's why the podcast page last week before last, it just didn't have much on it. Everything I was doing, I was criticizing myself. Like, this is not good. I don't like this. I was hard on myself. And it's about the feng shui. I think I need to do something. I don't even know what it is. How do I get my mojo back?
I told you to let me design a room, but you don't want to trust me to do that.
I don't want to trust you to do that, but it's something I'm missing. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but needless to say, I think I'm a little bit too old to start trying to play the drums, simply because I told you if I try to do it, I'm going to try to be in a band. I need to do like this. That would be the goal. I'm not doing it for fun. Now, DJing, I can do both of those because I love that. Let me tell you the song I was thinking about doing.
Oh, Lord.
Tonight, when you're in your bedroom, ladies and gentlemen, or whenever you're in your bedroom, you go back and listen to this. I want you to play 2 songs back to back. And I want you to visualize the 2 songs. I'm going to try to help you out 3. I'm going to give you this one too. I want you to put on Drake, Shut It Down. You're like, really? Trust me. Put on Drake, Shut It Down. Go into Dream, Put It Down. And then bake that into La Perla at the end. Now, you're going to have to do a little bit more at the end of that, but put those 3 songs back to back and tell me how you feel afterwards. Back to what I was saying. Might be a little too old. Now, you had the audacity one day to tell me you wanted to go take tap lessons. Fellas,
still do.
This is what I'm saying. If you have a girlfriend,
and
wife,
I still am. Whenever I don't have the time right now because of what I'm trying to do with Pilates.
Significant other, and they come tell you some egregious things like I want to pay. I want to take tap lessons. Like, that's nuts to me. I think that's a little too old. So what are you gonna do?
Nigga, I'm doing it now for real.
What are you gonna do with
it now?
What are you gonna do with
I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now.
Are you finna start doing stage plays?
It is your.
Are you going to do stage plays?
It is your doubt that I don't like. So now I'm doing it.
My girl.
Now I'm doing it. As soon as I find a class that works with my schedule, I'm going to take my tap dancing class. I don't know. Shit. Put me in a recital. I might want to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, unless you plan on going to plays and going to T-Pack and getting the WB, if you plan on doing it at T-Pack, go on up there and do it. But you just running around the house in tap shoes. It's nuts to me. I don't understand.
I can do it for enjoyment because it makes me happy. Like, that's a reason why a lot of people start new hobbies. I took a Pilates class recently, and the woman in there, one woman in there was 85 years old. 85 years old.
It's fine. It's fine.
Doing the same thing that I'm doing. She had no modifications. Nothing.
That's dope. It's dope.
So if she can do Pilates at 85, I can do whatever I want to at 30. How old am I?
I don't know. I'm 26. I don't know how old you are. I looked in the mirror and said, boy, keep getting back with Benjamin Button. Keep kicking in. Those little gold patches, man, them shits work if you wear them every day. I'm telling you, they work. And a little bit of less stress. But I have been stressed out because of my creative block. But I'm back. I feel like I'm creative this month. I'm back. It was rough last month. I want to cry every day. Couldn't get out of the funk. Couldn't get out. I prayed and everything. I mean, I pray all the time. Anyway.
I'm just confused.
I hope you enjoy
it. Why is that? Why are you saying that for the first time now?
What you mean? Because I had a creative block?
Yeah.
Well, who else? I'm just gonna run around broadcasting. Man, it's been hard for me. I ain't been.
But that's something you could say because that affects your mood. Like, you have a bad attitude when you're not able to do things.
Damn.
You do. You have a bad attitude when you're not when things are not flowing the way that
I need to get out the house.
To them flowing.
I need to be around. You know what it is? So, all right, here we go. I'm about to open up a can of worms that I never want to ever open up in life. I love working from home. When I tell you I love it with a passion. However, you do miss people. And that's what it is. I'm not COVID. You know, like back in 2020, niggas was COVID locked up. Boy, I thought I was about to go crazy. No, I need to be around people. So I don't know. I really think that helped last week when I went out with the homie. And we went out to brunch, breakfast, whatever we did. It was like breakfast. We went out to brunch.
Oh,
I think they helped. I said, damn, maybe this is what I needed because we had a great
you find you a job and you can do.
Whoa. You need to stop that. I don't need to
do a hybrid schedule.
Absolutely not. The only job I would do, y'all know y'all got your job out there. You know that one job. All right, that's a great question. What's the one job that you would do right now enjoyably? That if somebody came to you saying, India, what job do you want? Like right now? Like what would be their job?
What I'm doing right now.
Pilates?
Yeah.
Full time.
The only other job that I would want.
I should have answered. We should have asked each other that
outside of that would be to be an interior designer. That's my biggest regret. So like when I got to school, not doing this though. When I got to school, Emily, I have a friend, Emily, that I went to.
Shout out to CC. What up, dog?
When I went to MTSU, I went in as a nursing major and she went to UT, but she already knew what she wanted to do. And she went to UT as an architecture major. Mm-hmm. And so one day she was visiting and she was telling me about these interior design classes that she was taking because of her architecture degree. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I would love to do that. Mm-hmm. So I went, talked to my family about it. My grandma said, no, you can't make no money off of that. It's a stupid degree.
Damn.
Loosely, that's basically what she said. So, I was like, okay, whatever. I guess I'll stick with this. And obviously, I couldn't stick with that.
Exactly. But, see, yeah. You got a liberal arts degree over here.
No, I don't.
I know.
I still ended up in the health
It's
field.
funny. Okay.
It was community and public health. So, anyways, that is what I should have done because that is what I enjoy. Outside, just like hobby wise. I just wish I knew more about it. Mm-hmm. But right now I'm like tunnel vision focused on Pilates. So
got you. What would I do? Say it. It's not a secret.
He would be an actor. He would be a comedian.
Absolutely not. If I could,
he would be a performer. He wants to be on stages, talking, hosting. Being around people.
What? That's good. That does sound amazing. I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably be more of a comedian anyway because I could write jokes. I write jokes on. It's another thing. I couldn't even write them. I write on my phone a lot. I couldn't even get my jokes off or nothing. I was in a bad way last month, but I'm getting better. Now, I would probably, if you ask me like a career, like a 9 to 5, it would 100% be the VP of a music label, like 100%. I thought you would say like 100. I know too much about like the music industry itself that I wouldn't do that. I would go back. My first job was there. We don't got to talk about it. But yeah, that was my first job. It was there. That's only paid me like 50 cents an hour. But needless to say, get paid 50 cents an hour. Boy, that's how they get you. Don't let these people fool y'all that work at these big music. They pay them 50 cents an hour. I'm telling you, because they work for Universal. They pay 50 cents. I know. Trust me when I say that. Needless to say, yeah, that's what I would do. But right now, you're not too old to go back for interior design. But you got to pay for it yourself. That's a good hobby. You can make money off that hobby if you want to.
Why do you always feel like you got to throw that in? Like I asked you to. Like you didn't pay for
I'm a hustler.
But you didn't.
I think yeah,
but like you didn't pay for my Pilates certification.
No,
like,
I didn't. You
get what I'm saying. So like that's a comment that's just not necessary.
Yeah, it's necessary because I know you got to make it plain. You got to put it out up front. Speaking of paying for something.
But it's not.
Speaking of paying for things, let's get into something else real fast. That's right there in front of you. Did you see that thing about that girl that got $30 for lunch and she was tripped out?
Yes.
That was nuts to me. Listen, if I pay you $30 for some lunch and you can't figure out how to make that stretch, me and you don't need to be together. Because let me tell you why. I feel like that you are not frugal and you are already making poor decisions, eating more than $30 for lunch. And that also tells me that you might have the capability later on of being a little heavy, to say the least. If you go out and spend $30 and you got all these good options, you can go, what's some of the restaurants you like? Kava, Tzatziki's, give me another one. Eastern Peak. They got some good, $30. You can go to the place y'all would love to hate on, Cheesecake Factory, and bust down $30. And everywhere got a lunch special too. You can go to Ruth Chris. I've gone to Ruth Chris's happy hour and I spent less than $30. I've been to Del Frisco's for lunch and spent less than $30. So by this girl receiving $30 for lunch and she not knowing what and how to spend it tells me that not only is she not the brightest or the sharpest tool in the sharpest knife in the drawer, she is financially irresponsible. So I don't need to be with you anyway. I had a lot to say then, I know.
Yeah, you did.
I don't need to be with your financially irresponsible ass, because when we get together, that tells me that you are not only expecting to spend a lot more than $30 for lunch, but by the time we get to dinner, I'm tapped out, because you went from $30 for lunch not being enough to $200. I challenge myself every day to go spend less than $10 on lunch. That's my goal every day. And I eat at the same 2 places. I'll be honest with you, 3. I eat at Chipotle, Baja Burrito, or I go to Clean Eats. I can spend less than $10 a day. And she tripping about 30? That's crazy. That made me so mad.
So I wonder, where does she live?
I don't know.
I'm not justifying the video or anything like that.
What you mean? You can live on Mars and not spend $30.
Well, no, because we went to lunch in New York and we spent $80 between the 2 of us with no alcohol. So
we didn't have to do that. We were tourists and we didn't know it.
But that's what I'm saying. I wonder, where does she live? Now, I will say this. Only time I spend more than $30 for lunch is if I'm like really treating myself. Like every now and then I'll take myself to True Food Kitchen, sit at the bar. I will order me a nice meal. The meal is probably more than $20. I'm going to order me a drink, and then I'm going to also order me dessert. So, but it's just me and I'm paying for that. But if somebody gifts me $30 for lunch, I'm going to find something within that $30 for lunch, because nobody is obligated to give you anything. I've had several of my friends just cash at me like,
I ain't never
you
had
seem
that.
like you having a rough day, lunch on me. And it'll be $20. And I'm like, great, going to Gumbo Brothers, or great, going to Sunflower Cafe.
$9 Gumbo Brothers. I used to eat that.
You know, less than that, it is, if someone is giving you something out of the kindness of their heart, that's literally all that matters. It doesn't matter if it's a friend, a guy that you're dating, or whatever. You should be appreciative. So I don't know. It's a lot of...
It's cap.
It seems like there's a lot of entitlement in the dating scene.
And
that is very confusing to me, because if you're already not you're not dating anyone, and then, you know, you get approached by somebody and you're kind of going on dates, you're going to ruin it because $30 for lunch when that's more than enough.
I don't really believe it, because let me tell you, if it really wasn't enough, you send the $30 back? No. You kept that 30, and if you didn't buy lunch, you sent you $30 to get gas in your car. Now you're going to complain because 30 not enough. I need 50 because my car takes 16 gallons of gas. That's crazy.
And like I said, it's out of the kindness of somebody else's heart.
Take this 30 and get a half a tank.
I sent my friend like a couple weeks ago. She was having a hard time. I was like, dinner on me tonight. No, I said DoorDash on me tonight.
Shit, somebody sent me.
I sent her like $40.
Creative block. I was having a hard time. Somebody send you, boy.
So I don't understand how you don't appreciate kindness. Like, he was just being kind. Here, lunch on me today. And I'm like, okay, great. I hate this.
Yeah.
First of all, I hate
capping ass society, because it's cap.
I hate. Well, those are your choice of words.
Oh.
I hate that social media gives everyone a platform
to cap,
to be able to come on and just spew foolishness. I just get tired of seeing it, honestly, because who raised you to be like this? Who raised you to not be appreciative of gifts?
You blocking your blessing, man.
Yeah, truly.
And you know, let me stop you, because you remember back in the day, your mom used to tell you, if somebody gives you a card with money in it, don't open that card and count that money in their face.
Yeah.
Somebody gave you a card, you look at it, you read it, you analyze the money, and then you close it up, and then you said thank you. But as soon as you got to the card, or you may have went to the bathroom, it bet $25. We in the game. And you were excited. Now you give a girl something. Not only are they counting the money in front of you, but then they got to go on social media and tell hundreds and thousands of people. Who raised you? Like you said. It's nuts.
I have a friend that's newly single. And she was like, man, whatever you and Barry go through, y'all need to work it out. Because I promise you, it's ass out here.
Nah, listen, sometimes.
Like, you know, what?
What you mean whatever we go through? Sometimes, listen, that's what Andre 3000 said in one of the songs. I'll post it, but go ahead and get done. I don't want to stop your story.
No, what were you about to say?
Go ahead and get done. I don't want to stop your story because like you about to tell a good one.
So what were you about to say? I was done with the story. I was trying to see what were you trying to interject.
Sometimes.
Because it seemed like you disagreed with what she said. So what were you trying to say?
No, I didn't disagree with what you just said. I was about to say, however, when you are dating somebody, I feel, if this person dating what person are we talking about?
Why you need to know who I'm talking about?
Because you said newly single as in was married and now, or newly single as in was dating and now you're dating somebody new. Because that's what I was going to say. When you're married and you butt heads and it seems like it just never stop. Never stop. If you're dating and you butt heads, you can just find somebody else to talk to. That's what I was going to say.
Well, no, but no. First of all, they were close enough to married.
All right, well, let's leave it alone.
I know all of my friends. So you
let's
know
leave it alone. That's why I stopped. Now, you want to try to make me keep going. I stopped on purpose. And see what I'm saying? See, listen, it's a constant creative block. I'm gonna keep going. But I just don't understand how you can look a gift horse in the mouth. Who came up with this saying? But I don't understand you can look a gift horse in the mouth. Get your money, be happy for your $30, spend it on whatever you want to spend it on. If you want more to eat for lunch, you add 50 on to it, now you got 80. At least you almost there. You're about 30% there. Now you got the rest. So you should be happy. So I don't understand what the problem is.
I guess that would be my thought process too. So if you give me $30 and I want to go to a restaurant where I know my lunch is going to be $40, I'll be like, yeah, I only paid $10 for lunch today.
Ain't go. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be,
I don't know.
You gotta be grateful, man. Entitlement and being ungrateful is running rampant and through the African-American Black woman community.
Nigga, Beard, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying, y'all be out here tripping, getting $30.
Who is y'all?
Not you. Hit dog holler. What's going on?
I don't know hit dog holler.
Hit dog.
No, because you keep trying to take these subtle digs.
I'm not calling you the B word either, because I said a hit dog. So let's back that up too, because I don't want you to the next thing you're gonna be like, you call me the B word. That's what she'll say when we get off the podcast. Like, well, I ain't never called you that. You said a hit dog holler.
You just be pulling stuff out of your ass.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. That girl, the only reason why she recorded that video, let's get down to brass tacks.
Because she thought she was going to have an amen corner behind her.
And she had just got her hair done. And
she did look pretty in the video.
You sometimes when you fellas, we get that paid, we don't really got nothing to talk about when you do this to the camera. Would you be looking all crazy? See, girls come with a story.
Her hair was done. Makeup was done.
Lip gloss, perfect.
She looked very good.
So I'm looking at her like, okay, the real reason.
Maybe she posted a video to pull in somebody that would send her $50 for lunch.
You crazy. But you know what? That may have worked. She looked good. You know what I'm saying? She was crazy. So I'm like, damn, well, that nigga sent you 50. He probably did it like, he sent you 30, baby. I can at least give you 50. Somebody else hit her up. I can at least give you 60. Now guess how much money she got.
But what are you trying to eat? Here's my thing. What are you trying to eat for lunch that costs more than $30? Because I ain't trying to eat no heavy food in the middle of the day.
Crazy to say.
So, I don't know.
That's why they get you a salad. Now, since we talk about dating multiple people until you find the one that's been frowned upon in the community, I think. And if I'm dating that young lady, I am now happy that I'm also dating her and somebody else. Because if I send both of you $30, I'm dating both of y'all. We're not boyfriend, we're not exclusive. Nobody is. But if I send her 30 and if I send you 30, she gets on Instagram, make a post about the 30 that I sent. And this young lady goes, oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, I love it. Thank you. I'm going to get something to eat right now, babe. I know now that this girl with these good edges, we're not talking anymore. This young lady right here, I'm sticking with you. That is the reason that if you are in the dating pool right now, it's okay, I think, to date multiple people at one time. In the beginning, like in the first.
Well, the thing about dating multiple people is that usually when you're dating multiple people, for one,
if you can afford
first of all, I never
if you
could.
can afford it.
I don't have the energy to entertain multiple people. I don't want to do it. It's not happening for me. But however, usually if you're dating multiple people, you already have somebody that you're favoring more than the other.
Not necessarily. You want them to weed themselves out.
I think so. I think there's always, because it's impossible to give each person that you're dating equal amount of attention. So I think that there's usually one person out of the multiples that you're giving more time and energy to, and the others are probably just a backup in case the one that you like 2% more than everybody else doesn't work out.
It's a fact. It's a fact. Somebody makes you smile more than others. You like giving your time and you like the conversations that you're having with one of these people a lot more than the other one. Now, it's for you to pick the right person at the time. You know what I mean? So you just got to make sure you figure it out. But they'll show themselves real quick, like this lady did. When that money involved, you're going to find out who's who really fast at that point. So that's all I'm saying. You just gotta know how to weed them out.
Are y'all really out here dating? Like, who's gonna pay for my lunch today? Like,
for sure. Man, some girls need
what?
Listen, man, y'all girls like to eat. You get a little hungry. Who gonna buy me some lunch?
I learned quickly that it was like when I was in college. I learned very quickly that it was not worth going on dates with guys just for a free meal, because I found myself in
they expecting something else.
Conversations.
Oh, okay.
Sitting across the table from guys that I was not fully interested in for a free ass meal. Like, I had to stop that because I was like, nope. It's but you know what? The stupidity of this conversation.
But you know what though? You wouldn't know that unless you went on a date with him. So you gotta once again go out and figure it out before you say, he's this stupid conversation.
There were a couple of guys I let take me to lunch or dinner, and I knew before I went that I was probably like, why
you doing this? Because you were hungry, right? Just like,
I was hungry. I was like a college student. I was a freshman in college.
Listen,
my mama used to give me, like, people really out here got it made, because I think my mama used to give me an allowance of like $50 every 2 weeks. And she would tell me to figure out how to budget it and make it stretch.
Tahitian treat, baby. All day.
So because I was a freshman and I had a meal plan on campus, she was like, that's what you should be eating.
That's a fact.
This $50 is just extra.
It's a fact. It's a Tahitian treat. It was $1.19 for 12.
Let somebody give me hell. Had it been back then and somebody sent me $30, I would have been rejoicing for joy. I would have found me a lunch.
She would have busted
$8, and then I would have put $15 in my gas tank, and I would have kept the rest.
$30 would have got you this. So and inflation, but so I do kind of feel lunch money, girl. Inflation a little high right now. So food
inflation high, but you can still find you like all my favorites Chick-fil-A. Right now cost less than $30.
Yeah, I told you, Chipotle.
Even the biggest of salads might be $20, but the extra 10 is gonna cover the tax.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Tip, man, please. I give nigga. See,
that's the thing. So I've been so conflicted about restaurants where like you order over the phone, or you like walk up and order at the counter, but they don't actually serve you.
I'm not giving you no tip.
And so I'm like,
I used to be conflicted about that.
I always give like $1 or $2 though.
I used to be conflicted about that. Now, if I do it over the phone, I give $1 or $2. For real, I give you like $2.
What's the difference?
I do it because I'm doing it online. I'm doing everything myself at this point, aside from making the food. The people that are making the food, they typically get paid an hourly wage. They're not getting the tips. The people in the front and the servers get the tips. So if I go and I make my order online, I go pick my order up. You don't bring it out to my car. I'm not giving you a tip.
Oh yeah, so in that case, I don't get the tip.
Yeah, if it's curbside,
but I guess I just feel bad looking face to face with the person.
That's why you do it online. You grab it and go. I don't gotta see you at Chipotle.
Like when we have this spot here called Baja Burrito. It's a little hole in the wall.
I give my people tips all the time.
I be tipping them.
But you see them, the food is already made, but they gotta like make it, they gotta assemble it for you. So if the assembly, I will say, if I see them assemble it good, I'm going to give you a better tip. And you throw my cheese and you throw my brisket on my burrito and you put my lettuce all sloppy. Nah, man, you ain't getting no tip. If you handle my burrito with care, then you get a tip. Words to live by, ladies. Words to live by. India, tell the people where they can find you.
India.Marie. No, sorry. I'm still not reactivating that page. You can follow me at my Pilates page, Working Pilates.
Jesus Christmas. You know where the vibes are. Be Love 1911 on all social platforms. I'm going to get back on She and I Podcast at Gmail. She and I Podcast on Instagram. Holler at me on YouTube. I'm going to do it this week. My energy is back. My vibes are coming back. I'm coming out of my creative, what did I call it? Block. I'm coming back. I'm about to go outside and do something like, what they say, hug grass. I need to go outside.
You probably do need to go ground. You need to go touch a tree. You need to go touch a tree. Take your shoes off.
I need to go
and
touch
your
a
socks
party.
off.
I need to go where the vibes are.
Dig your toes in the ground.
I need people.
You need some grounding.
Y'all holler at me. Call me on my FaceTime on my phone real fast. Let's talk because I need to be around more people. Anyway, in meantime, in between time, you know the vibes. It's been real. It's been fun. I'm out.